Time travel, humanity's greatest imagination, which science has neither been able to fully deny nor fully prove. To understand this, we must present it as a confluence of physics, philosophy, and paradoxes. Time flows like a river, always forward. But what if we could bend the current of this river? What if you could step into tomorrow or correct the mistakes of your past? Stephen Hawking once threw a party for time travelers, but he sent the invitation after the party was over. No one came. But does this mean that time travel is impossible, or are the travelers already hidden among us? Today, from the grandfather paradox to wormholes, and from John Titor to closed time-like curves, we will decode the 100 biggest mysteries of time travel. Take off your watch, because where we are going, time has no value.
Mystery 1. The Grandfather Paradox. The biggest and most famous mystery of time travel is the Grandfather Paradox. Suppose you go into the past and kill your grandfather when he was a child. If your grandfather no longer exists, your father will not be born. And if your father is not there, you will not be born. So the question is, if you were never born, who was it that went back in time to kill him? This puzzle forces science to think about whether changing the past is actually impossible. Mystery 2. The Mystery of John Titor. In the year 2000, a man named John Titor appeared on the internet claiming to be a time traveler from the year 2036. He shared photos of his time machine and predicted many future events, such as civil wars and nuclear attacks. He stated that he was sent to 1975 to retrieve an old IBM computer that could fix a major bug in the future. In 2001, he suddenly disappeared, but even today, people are trying to decode the information he left behind. Mystery 3. Wormholes, space-time shortcuts. Scientists believe that wormholes may exist in space, acting like tunnels connecting two different points in time and space. If we could create a stable wormhole, we could cover distances of thousands of light years in the blink of an eye and even go back in time. But the problem is that wormholes are very unstable and require negative energy to keep them open. Do natural time machines already exist somewhere in the universe? Mystery 4. Stephen Hawking's Party. In 2009, the great scientist Stephen Hawking hosted a party for time travelers, complete with balloons and champagne. But the twist was that he sent the invitation after the party was over. Hawking's logic was that if a time machine is built in the future, people will see this invitation in the past and definitely come to the party. But no one came to the party. Does this mean time travel is impossible, or are future travelers forbidden from coming to our era? Mystery 6. The Mandela Effect. Do you remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison? Millions of people remember it that way, while in reality, he died in 2013. This is called the Mandela Effect, where a large number of people remember things that never actually happened. Some theorists believe this is because of time travelers who went into the past and changed small things, causing our timeline to shift. Is our memory wrong, or are we living with memories of another parallel universe? Mystery 6. The Charlie Chaplin Time Traveler. In the behind-the-scenes of Charlie Chaplin's 1928 film, The Circus, a woman is seen walking while holding something to her ear. Looking closely, it appears as if she is talking on a mobile phone. In 1928, there were neither mobile phones nor cell towers. So who was that woman talking to? Was she really a time traveler who was accidentally captured on camera?
Critics call it a hearing aid, but her mobile-like manner remains a mystery today. Mystery 7. The Montauk Project. Rumors of a secret government project in Montauk, New York still fly today, which is said to have conducted time travel experiments. According to claims, researchers opened portals in time through which children were sent into the future and the past. Some witnesses say they developed technology with the help of aliens that could take the human mind across time. However, the government has always denied it, but series like Stranger Things are inspired by this very mystery. Mystery 8. The Ancient M101 Mystery. Archaeologists often find things that shouldn't exist in that time, known as out-of-place artifacts, such as an iron chain embedded in 300-million-year-old coal rock, or modern watch carvings on thousands-of-year-old stones. Some believe these are traces left by time travelers who accidentally stayed in those eras. If these things are not natural, did our ancestors meet tourists from the future? This mystery remains a major challenge for science today. Mystery 9. The Philadelphia Experiment. In 1943, the U.S. Navy was accused of carrying out a secret experiment aimed at making a warship invisible. Rumor has it that during the experiment, the ship not only became invisible, but also traveled across time and space before returning. When the ship returned, the condition of the crew was horrific. Some were embedded in the ship's iron, and some had gone mentally insane. Had America unknowingly opened the door to time using Einstein's unified field theory? Mystery 10. Titanic and time travel connection. There are many strange theories regarding the sinking of the Titanic, one of which is related to time travel. Some people claim that many passengers heard strange lights and unknown noises that night. Were people from the future trying to prevent this great disaster, or were they viewing it like a tourist spot? According to some stories, items were found in the wreckage that were far ahead of 1912 technology. Was the Titanic tragedy caused by someone tampering with the flow of time? Mystery 11. Rendlesham Forest and binary code. In 1980, a UFO was spotted in Britain's Rendlesham Forest, where Sergeant James Penniston touched an unknown object. He claims that his mind was suddenly flooded with binary code 0 and 1, which he later wrote in a diary. When this code was decoded decades later, it contained future dates and coordinates of a world map. At the end of the code was written year 8100. Was that UFO not an alien ship, but a time machine of our own descendants from the year 8100? Mystery 12. The Story of Rudolph Fentz. In 1950, a man suddenly appeared in Times Square wearing 1870s-era clothing. He was panicked and was hit by a car while crossing the street and died. When he was searched, 1876 currency, old bills, and a letter that looked brand new were found in his pocket. A police investigation revealed that the man had suddenly disappeared in 1876. Had Rudolph Fentz unknowingly fallen into a time slip and reached 74 years into the future?
Mystery 13. Light speed and time dilation. Einstein's theory of relativity states that the faster you travel, the slower time passes for you. If you were to travel near the speed of light in a spaceship and return to Earth after 5 years, perhaps 50 years would have passed here. According to this principle, we can go into the future, but coming back is mathematically very difficult. This is not a mystery, but a scientific fact that proves time travel is possible. The only question is, will we ever be able to generate that much energy? Mystery 14. The Vatican's chronovisor. It is said about Vatican City that they possess a machine named chronovisor, which can view past events live. Father Pellegrino Ernetti claimed that he had built a device that could capture past electromagnetic rays and display them on a screen. He even claimed to have seen the Last Supper of Jesus Christ. Later, the Vatican destroyed or hid this machine. Is the Vatican still controlling the history of the entire world through this machine today? Mystery 15. Loop quantum gravity. There is a theory in physics called loop quantum gravity, which views time as small packets rather than a continuous flow. According to this, the fabric of time can be broken and reconnected. If we find these microscopic holes in the fabric of time, we can travel to any era through them. The mystery is whether we can enlarge these tiny holes to a human size. This theory considers time travel not just an imagination, but a structural possibility. Mystery 16. The predestination paradox. This mystery says that if you go into the past to change something, you inadvertently become the cause of the very event you wanted to stop. Suppose you went to the past to prevent an accident, but that accident happened because of your presence. This means that history is already locked, and whatever you did was already a part of the past. This mystery questions human free will. Can we actually change our future, or has everything already been written? Mystery 17. Victor Goddard's flight. In 1935, Royal Air Force officer Victor Goddard was flying his plane over Edinburgh when he got stuck in a strange yellow cloud. When he emerged from the cloud, he saw an old abandoned airport below him looking brand new and operational, where people in blue uniforms and yellow planes were standing. At that time, RAF uniforms were brown and planes were silver. Exactly 4 years later, in 1939, the RAF changed its uniforms to blue and painted the planes yellow. Had Goddard unknowingly traveled 4 years into the future? Mystery 18. The phenomenon of time slips. Thousands of people around the world claim that while walking, they suddenly reached another era and then came back. For example, in 1901, 2 women walking in the Palace of Versailles suddenly reached the France of 1789, where they saw Marie Antoinette. This is called a time slip, where a temporary hole occurs in the sheet of time. Are there some special places on Earth where time is not stable? Scientists still do not have a solid answer to this, but these events question the fabric of reality. Mystery 29. Parallel universes connection. Some scientists believe that the only way to avoid the paradoxes caused by time travel is the multiverse. When you go to the past and change something, you do not go to your original timeline, but to a new parallel universe. Changes there do not affect your real world. This means that billions of different worlds exist where history happened differently. The mystery is whether we will ever find a way to go from one universe to another. Mystery 20. The eternal photograph. An old photo has been found in which some people from the 1800s are looking at something that looks exactly like a laptop. Its screen is glowing, and people are looking at it with amazement. At that time, there was no electricity. Did a traveler leave their laptop behind? Or did some scientists of that time secretly develop such technology, which was later destroyed? This photo is one of the biggest puzzles of history.
Mystery 21. Black holes as time machines. Black holes are parts of the universe where gravity is so powerful that it swallows even light and almost stops time. According to Einstein, if you were to orbit around a black hole, time would pass much slower for you compared to Earth. When you return, centuries would have passed on Earth, while for you, only a few hours. The mystery is whether there is a path beyond the singularity at the center of a black hole that can take us to another time or another galaxy. Mystery 22. The Premonition of Edgar Allan Poe. In 1838, the famous writer Edgar Allan Poe wrote a story in which a ship sinks and 3 hungry sailors survive by eating their 4th companion, Richard Parker. Exactly 46 years later, in 1884, a ship actually sank, and 3 surviving sailors ate their 4th companion, and the name of that 4th companion was also Richard Parker. How did Poe know this name and this exact event half a century earlier? Could Edgar Allan Poe unknowingly see the future, or had he read some invisible stream of time? Mystery 23. The Butterfly Effect in Time. The butterfly effect is a scary mystery in time travel. It says that a very small mistake made in the past, like killing a butterfly, can bring a catastrophe in the future. If you go to the era of dinosaurs and kill a small mouse, then perhaps humans might never be born millions of years later. This mystery shows that the links of time are very fragile, and any tourism in the past can be dangerous. Is this why future travelers keep themselves hidden from us? Mystery 24. The Antarctic Time Vortex. In 1995, American and British scientists saw a white mist cloud over Antarctica that was not moving from its place. They sent a weather balloon with a clock into that cloud. When the balloon came back, the clock on the balloon was showing a time 30 years in the past. Even after trying many times, the result remained the same. The balloon would go back in time. This event was called the Gateway to the Past. Is there a natural time portal hidden in the icy plains of Antarctica that governments are hiding from us? Mystery 25. The End of the Loop. A scary mystery is that we are living the same time over and over, and every time we make the same mistake, which ends the world. Time travelers come back every time to save us, but we repeat the same mistake again. Is this our last timeline? Is 2026 the year where this loop is finally going to break? This mystery warns us to be conscious of every choice and action.